This is your backyard gardener back with another video. This video is on sugar baby watermelons. This is my sugar baby watermelons. I have them in a 2x3 square raised bed. I have 4 plants, and the 4 plants produce all of these vines. Not only did it produce all of these vines, but it also gave me fruit as well. Let me show you exactly what I'm talking about. That will be one of your first smaller fruits that come in, and then it would turn into something a little bit more bigger. Let me go around and I'll show you. Something a little bit more bigger, like this. And then it'll turn into this. And if you put them up against the gate, this will happen, but they'll still keep growing. And then if you have to kind of play a little game of hide and seek. There go one. Just squeeze between the fence and the box. Then here's another one right here. And all over there is other ones. So this is the sugar baby watermelon. They are heavy feeders. And what I mean by heavy feeders, it means that it takes a lot of fertilizing for these plants. You have to make sure your soil is watered. You have to make sure that you start them off on a good base fertilizer. Now I'm in my soil, and what I use is blood meal and bone meal. I mix it up in the soil really well. Now, our growing season in Michigan Zone 6B started a little late. Typically, sugar baby watermelons take about 98 to 99 days to harvest from seed. But I always buy mine with the plant start, because I know that our seasons can be delayed because of the weather. But from plant start, I figure it'd take about 75 to 80 days for me. So some of these, like this one, is actually ready to be harvested. How do you know if your watermelon is ready to be harvested? You have to check the nearest, and that's not ready. The nearest to the plant, and they're called tentacles. Once that dry out, they say that watermelon is ready. But for me, what I do is I give it that old-fashioned tap and that wait, and I'll go ahead and harvest them. Because if you leave them on too long, something else might get to them. So if you're planning on growing sugar baby watermelons, this is my advice to you. You can put them in a raised bed. I've even seen people who grow them out of containers. One year I grew them out of containers. If you go back a few years to my video, you'll see it. Some people like to mound their watermelons up. The mound for me is the raised bed, and the vines spill out onto the mulch. What I like about them spilling out onto a mulched area, they don't get wet on the bottom and start to get that brown spot or even start to rot. So when you're growing sugar babies, make sure you put them in a spot that you don't have to get to. Like here, over there, is my asparagus bed. I really don't have to get to that. It's not that important, so I don't mind them vining out this way. So that is your tip for sugar baby watermelons. If you are growing them, just make sure these vines are about 4 to 5 feet long, and you'll get plenty of fruit. Just take care of the plant, and it'll take care of you. It's your backyard gardener saying, happy gardening, everybody.